Welcome back. Welcome back. What's this? All my old pictures has got one of these. So yeah, I've been doing this a long time because I'm here, giving away my age. But let's answer a couple of more questions that I often get asked by people as well, or not that I often get asked, that I have gotten asked. So let's jump right in. Welcome aboard. I'm your host, a professional dream car tracer, part-time therapist, full-time safety demonstrator, and someone who mastered the art of smiling through turbulence. Fasten your seatbelt, stow your expectations, and prepare for a journey through the heartwarming, chaotic, and surprisingly human world of cabin crew life. This isn't just about flying. It's about the people, the adventures, the mishaps, and the moments that make this job unlike any other. Sit back, relax, and this is Turbulence and Tea. One of the surprising ones that I got recently was, can a foreign national apply for a flight attendant job in South Africa? The simple answer is yes. A foreign national can apply for a flight attendant job in South Africa, provided they have gone through the cabin crew training in South Africa and they've obtained a Civil Aviation Authority license, a cabin crew member license in South Africa that was issued in South Africa. Absolutely. They've got a valid passport and they've got a valid visa or a work permit, the ability to work in South Africa. Then yes, you may apply for a flight attendant job. If you've ticked off all of those, you've got permanent residency or the ability to work here, then absolutely you may apply. Sorry, there was a fly. Absolutely you may apply for a job, for a cabin crew job in South Africa. I would say though, shoot your shot at international airlines, because they are hiring crew from all over the world, all nationalities. Those airlines are so multicultural and people from everywhere in the world are working abroad and getting in easier. Then, does having a cabin crew license guarantee a job? No, it does not. Obtaining that cabin crew license at an ATO, you went to do your CAA exam and everything, and you got the little blue card and you have your license, this still doesn't guarantee a job. This will get you an interview, or it will get your foot in the door, but it doesn't guarantee a job. And there are also airlines in South Africa and abroad that will hire you without having that cabin crew license. So if you would like to sort of bypass doing the training and going that route, then you may, shoot your shot at an airline without having the cabin crew job. There are airlines that require you to have it. For example, Fly Safi, you may not even apply without having it. They only hire crew with a cabin crew license. But airlines like Airlink, I have heard that they don't necessarily require you to have the license. However, when you go for an interview at an airline like Airlink without a license, you have no training, you've got customer service training, you have no other training, or you're fresh from school or whatever, you have nothing, you haven't done anything yet, and you applied for a job at Airlink, make sure that when they call you for an interview, that you have researched that airline well, that you have some idea of aviation and the job role, because they will ask you some technical questions in the interview. They will ask you about the airline, they will ask you about the aircraft in the interview, and they will ask you general questions that you should know as a potential candidate. So make sure that you do know that. I am a firm believer in, if you get into an interview and a recruiter likes you, chances are great. She will consider you. You can be trained on almost anything. They can teach you about the airline. They can teach you about the job role. They can teach you all the safety aspects of the role. They can't teach you to be a kind person. They can't teach you to be customer focused. They can tell you what's required, but they can't teach you personality traits, but they can teach you the job role. So yeah, but make sure to give yourself, a boost always. Make sure that you have researched an airline. And then I have gotten, oh, I don't have a driver's license. Can I still apply? Yes, absolutely still apply. Even if you don't have a driver's license, still apply. If an airline requires you to have a driver's license, an appropriate answer would be, I am in the process of obtaining my driver's license. And however, I do have reliable transport, because keeping in mind the main focus of having a driver's license at an airline that requires you to have, there are also airlines that don't require you to have. As long as you are able to get to work, they are like, okay, it's golden. But there are airlines in South Africa that require you to have a driver's license, and if they do want you to have a driver's license, it's because the schedule of a flight attendant is all over the map. It's crazy hours. You can be starting at 4 a.m. You can be finishing at midnight. You can be, flying long hours, short hours. You can be, it's really sometimes crazy times. So they need to make sure that you are able to get to and from work, that you're not going to be calling your manager, oh no, the taxi is on strike. Like, that's that's not an appropriate excuse to not make it for work. Oh no, the train schedule now, like, no. Oh, my friend that said he was gonna. No, you have a reliable Uber driver or a reliable form of getting to work, then yeah, no taxi and stuff, that is not reliable. So yeah, and that's mainly why you need a driver's license for airlines that require you to have one. However, like I have said, if you don't have one, there's still a chance. If you feel like, oh, you don't tick all of the boxes of requirements of what you need to become a flight attendant, that's okay, eh? Still apply. International airlines, they don't require you to have a cabin crew license. That they don't care. If you have gone for your cabin crew license and all this, and you think that this is going to give you a boost, it's not. It doesn't matter to them. They don't require you to have flown before, to have cabin crew experience. They don't require that. They don't care if you come from a different airline or that. If you're thinking, oh no, let me first get experience, yeah, and then I'll apply. If you are 21 and older and you first want to get experience here, you are wasting your own time, because from 21 and older, you may immediately apply for an international job. Research the airline and the job role and prepare well for that interview. First, getting experience is not necessarily going to help you. Those airlines will take you through a full 7-8 week course, and they'll issue you with a Gulf license. So your little CAA license is not going to benefit you. Yes, they are. I am a crew member who have done my cabin crew license, and I went to a domestic airline in South Africa, and then after that I went abroad and I flew international. I don't think that this was the main factor of why I got the job, because in my group of people who joined in my ab initio group, we were 2 ex-crew. The rest of the 50 people or whatever all did other jobs. They had no flying experience. They sort of just came across a post. They were researching something else. They saw crew and they wondered, oh, what this is like. They ended up at an open day. They took a chance, or they tried. There was a girl that had tried 7 times and eventually landed the flight attendant position. So yeah, it's not necessarily that you need to now go through the cabin crew member license procedure to now go get experience and then apply. If you are of age, if you are 21 and older and you tick all those boxes, you're 160 or you're able to reach, you are in good health, your BMI is within range, you're willing to relocate, shoot your shot. You don't need anything. They will pay for everything for you to relocate. If that's your main goal, focus on that. There are a few international airlines now, and I would say on that, don't put all of your hopes and dreams into one basket, into one Emirates basket, into one Qatar basket. No, I really just want to go to Qatar, so I'm only applying at Qatar. Don't do that. Don't shoot yourself in the foot. Spread your wings and fly. Apply at Emirates, apply at Qatar, apply at Riyadh Air, apply at Etihad, apply at all those airlines and see where it lands, because airlines might reject you straight off the bat. They might send you an immediate rejection. I have spoken to crew who've asked me, oh my word, like, I didn't even do anything yet. I didn't even go for the interview yet. And I just did an online application and I got rejected. Like, why? I don't understand. I don't know. I am not a recruiter. I can though tell you, don't give up. Don't sit and be like, oh no, I'm not good enough, they don't want me, they're probably looking for. But they're looking for you. They are looking for you. That day was just an off day or whatever. Like, don't sit and, oh, I didn't get in at Qatar, now, oh my, now I'm done. Like, girl, please. Like, no, you might not have gotten in at Qatar. You might actually get in at Etihad, and you might find that while at Etihad you might fall in love with it. You might love Etihad, and then while at another airline you might also decide, okay, no, I actually would like to shoot my shot again somewhere else or whatever. And there are airlines that their interview processes are different. For example, Emirates, they invite you to an assessment day where they actually want to meet you and they want to see you. Whereas Etihad, for example, all of their things are online at the moment. So they're doing online interviews and it takes a really long time. Riyadh is a new airline. So they're also not necessarily going to all of the destinations to meet crew. They're going to a few maybe. But where you are at, they might not be coming there, and then their process is also maybe online. So it's different processes and different time frames. So you might hear back from Emirates in 2 weeks, where Etihad might take a year. So do you want to not worry about going for an Emirates thing because you're waiting for an Etihad thing? An Etihad thing might take longer than the Emirates thing. If things don't work out with Emirates, you can always fall back. There's always a little egg in a Etihad basket. But you can't, I always say, if you're not in it, you're not winning it. So, yeah. So good luck with all of them.